Trump and Starmer discussing the situation in Gaza, as well as expanding energy investment in the United States and, of course, the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. But it all comes on the heels of a big trade deal announced between the U.S. and the European Union. With that, we're pleased to welcome in Harrison Fields, White House Principal Deputy Press Secretary. Harrison, welcome. This meeting follows the recent U.S.-UK trade deal plus the EU deal. But as we know, there's several countries still waiting to come to the negotiating table with the president and with the White House here. Specifically on China, I know Secretary Bessent is meeting there to discuss what could be the future. Are we confident that there could be a deal specifically with China by August 1st?
Well, with President Donald J. Trump as our deal maker in chief, everyone should be very confident that any deal is possible as long as it benefits the American people and puts America first. This is why so many countries have lined up at the front door of the White House demanding almost deals with this country because they want to bet on America again. The last 4 years, no one wanted to take America seriously. That all changed on January 20th at noon when President Donald J. Trump was reelected and re-sworn in as president of the United States. To yesterday's incredible deal with the EU, a monumental, historic deal, the likes of which we haven't seen before, is a testament to this president's ability and really the entire trade team's ability to put American workers, American industry, and the country back in the driver's seat to level the playing field once and for all and reestablish a strong working relationship when it comes to trade, economic partnerships, the likes of which we haven't seen before, $600 billion in investment commitments through this EU deal, $750 billion worth of energy commitments in purchasing American energy, and we potentially may even have the final details of the UK deal coming out today after the president met with the Prime Minister of the UK. So many deals, a few months in office, and really we are just getting started.
Yeah, that's huge, especially about U.S. energy. I thought that one stood out in the moment. He spoke about that with the British Prime Minister as well. Because if these other nations, and talking about European nations, if they're getting their energy from the United States, it means they're not getting it elsewhere. That cuts that end of the deal out as well and puts America in the driver's seat. I want to move on, control room, if I can, to this next soundbite here. I was just looking for the code on this one. But the president spoke about Gaza and the situation there. He talked about food centers, and the prime minister and the president seemingly aligned on this, the humanitarian issues, the starvation that they've seen. Let me play this for you, and I'll get your reaction.
Hamas has become very difficult to deal with in the last couple of days because they don't want to give up these last 20, because they think as long as we have them, they have protection. But I don't think it can work that way. So I'm speaking to Bibi Netanyahu, and we are coming up with various plans. We're going to see. It's a very difficult situation.
Mr. President, Prime Minister Netanyahu said there's no starvation in Gaza. Do you agree with that assessment?
I don't know. I mean, based on television, I would say not particularly, because those children look very hungry. But we're giving a lot of money and a lot of food, and other nations are now stepping up. I know that this nation is right
It's
here.
a humanitarian crisis.
Right.
It's an absolute catastrophe. And nobody wants to see that. And I think people in Britain are revolted at seeing what they're seeing on their screens. So we've got to get to that ceasefire. And thank you, Mr. President, for leading on that.
And so you heard it right there, obviously, and I know, Harrison, you're familiar with that, and you were monitoring the president, obviously, with his sit-down bilateral. He talked about food centers, America providing humanitarian aid in Gaza. Can you confirm any of that or elaborate about what the president was speaking about in terms of seeing starvation happening within the Gaza region and what America is doing about that, what the White House is doing about that?
Listen, anyone with a heart to see starving children anywhere across the world is going to take notice and say, how can we fix this? The United States is the most generous country in all of the world. We are going to work with our partners in Israel in the Middle East and really across the globe to make sure that we bring stability to a region that has just been so torn apart. But remember how we got there. Hamas controls this region.